Follow the messages on screen to wait until the information becomes available. This station will now
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast. Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast, the only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment. We are your hosts, Cameron and Kobe, and we are ready to bring survival goodness direct to your ear holes.
That was a terrible timing. I'm sorry.
What happened?
I burped and it was just like, and it's like all foamy.
I saw like you're waving your hands all funky.
I was trying to get the air.
Oh, that's what was going on. That makes sense.
Coca-Cola burp.
Yeah.
It's like
Woo.
horrible.
What's happening, Cameron?
Oh, none. Just doing podcast
stuff?
Adjusting my mic like I usually do.
Yeah. What's happening today?
We're just going to do a rerun.
Yeah, we're just running a rerun today.
Thought we'd do it kind of different,
Yeah.
but the same.
Yeah.
So we haven't talked about locations very much, and this was in the beginning when we were virgins to podcasting. We figured we needed to hit it hard, hit it good, clean.
Yeah.
And now that people are maybe listening a little better.
Yeah.
I listened to it today, mowing part of my lawn until I ran out of gas.
Yeah.
And, I always, when people are like, you say, and I probably just said it 20 times already and I didn't even notice, but that was pretty bad. And
was it?
I was like, holy crap.
You know.
Me 10 times more than you, but even you.
Oh,
and I was
gosh.
like, I didn't know Kobe did it.
Yeah, we're idiots.
But it was like, we're virgins, like I said.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can tolerate it now and you're numb to it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure we still do it, but
yeah, we apologize for all the you-knows.
wow,
We had somebody point that out
there
to
was
us.
one point, like seriously, for a minute, I bet you I said 25 of them, when you go up, up in the mountains, and I was like,
that's awesome.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope you can tolerate it now, and whoever's left, you're missing out.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, we're talking about bug out locations again today. So we're going to go over the basics plus a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Right. We also have some reviews today. We got a TAC Pack. We have Survival Guard, and we have a 12 Survivors dealie we're going to talk about as well. So that's pretty cool.
That's way cool.
Yeah. But first, guys, today's podcast is brought to you by TAC Pack, the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful professional grade stuff inside. Get 10% off your first TAC Pack with code CasualPreppers at TACPack.com and join the thousands of satisfied subscribers today. That's 10% off with our code CasualPreppers at TACPack.com. And like I said, we're going to talk about TAC Pack a little bit today.
We are.
Yep.
Listener reviews starts now.
You want to do it? You want me to do it?
I can do it.
You can do it. I'm excited for you.
For some reason, I can do it.
So
this is Lindy Madface.
Lindsay.
Lindsay Madface.
I got a mad face.
Madface.
Madface.
I can't say it right. So Lindsay says,
5 stars, by the way.
of course it's 5 stars.
iTunes.
If you ever put one on that wasn't, I'd be like, I ain't reading this.
Yeah, well, we only do 5-star reviews.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
That's exactly,
You don't
yeah.
even need to comment.
Well, yeah, but I just, okay, whatever.
Grab. This is her, not me.
Okay.
Grab your get-home chickens and brush up on them Russian alien titties. Because it's a mad, mad world out there. Thankfully, Cam and Kobe expertly combine survivalism with ADHD.
See that part? That's awesome.
In between the hillbilly knee-slapping humor, sometimes you hear a helpful tip. Just maybe a little tip. That was me. This week, I ordered Jolt chargers from my get-home bag. I only hope they arrive before the AIs drop a nuke on my Tashanka Reserve.
That's awesome, man. Well,
yes.
that was good stuff.
Hey, got it out for Jolt. Thanks, Jolt.
Yeah. If you guys
Thank
want to be
us.
a part of this portion of the podcast, go to iTunes, go to Facebook, go to the Kindle book on Amazon. Leave us a 5-star review and make it awesome.
Social media shout out.
I'd say ADD.
ADD, not ADHD.
I'm not that hopper, but I am ADD.
Yeah, a little bit. That's okay, though. We're talking about at James Jasiorkowski. How do you say that?
Ooh,
How do you say it?
sounds good.
James Jasiorkowski. This dude, we've talked about him before, actually. He wrote the book Destroy All Zombies with sweet illustrations in them. And this homeboy did an illustration of Cameron and I podcasting from a sweet bunker.
He did.
Yeah, so we posted it up on our Instagram and Facebook, and it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, he's a good drawer.
We got to say,
He's a good drawer.
he does good drawing stuff. So you got to
He got the big old jumbo
you got
coloring book.
You got them big crayons, size of your sausage fingers. But anyways, thank you.
It's a mad, mad world.
Yeah, what do you got, Cameron?
Well, how many? We talked about wildfires last week. Well, 2 weeks ago, but now everything just started on fire.
Yeah,
like
no, again,
California has some massive fires going on. I think Redmond, is it Redmond, California?
I don't know.
They, I think like 1,000 houses have been burned, and then in Greece they had like this super fast wildfire that just like
grease fire.
they tried to put out water and it just went crazy.
Idiot.
Grease fire. I didn't think about that. And then where was it? I can't remember the article that had it said it was like combining words like we usually do. It was wildfire canes or something like that.
Oh,
and I was
did it
like,
really?
what tornado cane? Yeah, like
Oh man.
I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, there's wildfires going all over like crazy. You know, this one in Greece is what I was following I think it started like almost 2 weeks ago. But yeah, it just like swept through and hundreds of people injured, 50 killed, which is a ton for a wildfire. You know, like
Yeah,
all
but
those
it's
ones that
fire.
I was breaking down.
Are they out
was
roasting
like-
marshmallows or something? Not a good
know.
idea.
But man, it just like, it looks like an atomic bomb. Like there's just cars just all
Jeez.
nuked. It's crazy. So again, you listen to that wildfire episode, get your life saved.
Yeah, man. You take
Because
heed
at any point, you could start on fire.
and die.
Take note.
Take note. Wow, crazy stuff there. So I read this article last week and it was funny, and I just decided I'm going to use this.
I was going to click on it, but I was like, oh,
You want to wait? So, some people on Reddit. I don't even know. People have way too much time on their hands. That's all. That's what I'm getting from this right now. People have too much time. So, people on Reddit noticed that if you type the word dog several times into Google Translate, you will receive a message which warns of the imminent return of Jesus Christ. What? Yeah. So if you go to Google
Dog,
Translate, so if you go to Google Translate and you go to the translate from Yoruba is a West African language, and you type the dog into it 22 times.
What the?
Yeah.
How would you even find
I have
that?
no idea. 22 times, according to it will say the translation is doomsday clock is 3 minutes at 12. We are experiencing characters and dramatic developments in the world which indicate that we are increasingly approaching the end times and Jesus' return. But
What
you
the-
have to
I don't
type
even-
dog in 22 times.
In that language.
Yeah, no, just dog.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, so it
But
translates.
you translate to the other?
Yeah.
What?
I really have no idea who figured that out, but I thought it was pretty dang
I'm going to
hilarious.
translate dog. This is going to be funny.
Hilarious.
Wait, what?
What shit?
In
So
the world?
anyways, it freaks some people out, but they figured the reason that it did that is because Google Translate uses like lots of like popular texts to like, you know, books and stuff that are online to
So
help
maybe God.
with its algorithms, but it uses the Bible a lot because it's so popular online. So they figured that the reason that happened is because the Bible is in that system so much that it took something from that.
How
Yeah.
they found that is beyond me.
It's crazy, huh? So anyways, that's a
Had to
mad.
have been like the coder or something. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
look what
but-
I discovered.
Anyways, go try it. See
Well,
if
it's
it
the end
works.
of the world. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, bug out locations, Cameron. We said, we have talked about this before. We talked about it on episode 4, I believe, way back in the day. Like, was that 2 years ago or something?
Yeah, it was. It
Dude.
was like July.
I can't believe we've been doing this for 2 years.
Summertime.
So, you know, we talk about bugging out quite frequently, and your bug out you have to have a bug out location to bug out to, right? So today we're going to go over the basics of picking that location, the things you need to look for, and why those things are relevant.
Ideally, all of us would like to stay put.
Yeah, like we always say,
We just want to, but
bugging out is plan B or C or D. plan A is staying at home. That's for us anyways. I mean, you guys can have whatever plans you want.
Yeah, maybe you want to bug out first. That's up to you.
That's completely fine. But so when you're picking your bug out location, here are some things you need to consider. And the first is usually distance, because if your bug out if you live in, say, California, and you've picked a really rad bug out location in Maine, I
read your mind.
I feel like that's probably not gonna
be
very easy.
hard to
for
get
you.
there.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get there. So you're gonna like
I'm gonna cross the country.
I gotta get a plane ticket to get to my bug out location.
I'm going by foot.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody gonna track me.
I've got an in at Delta. I'm gonna get there.
Southwest. You got a
Southwest JetBlue. Maybe, I don't know.
You got anything going up that way right now?
Yeah, can you imagine just showing up?
I know there's fires and stuff, like wildfires everywhere, and atomic bombs dropping.
You know, that old Yellowstone volcano just went off and all, but can I give me a direct flight
you got
to
something
Maine?
maybe go around it, on up to Maine. I don't know.
Got enough fuel on that sucker to get around that cloud?
I figured you have a few seats open. People are all scared.
Yeah, I ain't scared. Shit, I gotta get to Maine.
I'm gonna die if I stay here, so I figure you'd have some compassion.
Distance becomes something you need to figure out. So make sure, this is kind of my rule of thumb when I'm thinking about it. Make sure that you can get there within one gas tank of whatever your bug out vehicle is going to be.
I think that's good.
Don't you think? I mean,
do
because if you can keep that thing gassed up, or at least have enough fuel at your home or whatever it might be to get you there, then you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree.
Yeah, we're in agreement on this right now.
No, that doesn't take
So
some.
in distance, that's kind of one of the first things you need to figure out. But there's other things with distance that you need to think about as well. So make sure that you're actually a sufficient distance from like a large population center. You know what I mean? So you don't want to, like, say you live in a place like we do that's sort of a in-betweener town city thing. You don't want to bug out, to Chicago,
Right.
or like right next to Chicago,
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be a good idea, because you want to stay away from population centers as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
So
I also don't think you want to bug out into the middle of like the Sahara Desert.
yeah, that's probably not a good idea either.
Well, I shouldn't have got this far out here.
I know. Yeah, because you're going to want to be at least close enough to civilization that you can kind of get back to scavenge, or you can get back to get supplies or whatever you need
Get
to do.
injured, you got to crawl.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to crawl for
25 miles.
Yeah, it's going to
But
suck.
it's probably going to be 25.
It's probably going to
If
be.
your vehicle doesn't make it 25,
Yeah.
I'll think.
So, yeah, those are some things to think about. Also,
I think it's way important.
yeah. Also, make sure that you have at least 2 ways to make it to that bug out location. Talking about, distance and routes. So have like a main route that you're going to take pretty much. If it's open, that's the route you're taking, right? But also have some sort of an alternate route that maybe takes, kind of, lesser traveled like dirt roads and things like that. Or you got a helicopter or something. I got choked up talking about helicopters.
That was so.
I just every
I
time
can't imagine what it would be like if I had to fly on a helicopter.
chopper. Yeah, so if you,
That's scary.
I know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought you were
So,
talking about like a bug out vehicle that splits open. You got a motorcycle inside.
ooh, yeah. I don't know.
2 ways of getting there. I don't know.
Exactly. So
But you have to have that. We've talked about Plan B
Yeah.
and
C, D,
F, G.
F, yeah.
I can't get it.
26 letters. Okay. Okay, so distance, that's your first thing you want to think about. The second one, which could almost be the first one a lot of times, is water. As we always come back to talking about water, we keep having this conversation, kids.
How many times are we going to bring this
Get
up?
it through your brain. Water. Numbskulls.
Get it through your head.
So there's
The sad thing is, like, if everybody just stopped right now, do I have enough for my family for 3 months? Nope.
Nope.
I bet you,
Yeah.
I wonder how many truly do that listen to this.
Do I?
I don't. I'm
Do I?
drinking Coke all day long.
I got enough Coke to last me about a week. Should be good for about a week. About it. So does your bug out location have running water? So obviously, the bug out locations are going to vary widely. So it could be a cabin, it could be a house, it could be a bunch of sticks piled up in the woods, it could be a rock. I pick a rock out there, and that's where my bug out location is. It's a big one.
Well, the wind blows from the east. I'm going to go on this side.
So you gotta. Do you have running water? Because that's obviously a huge plus for a bug out location. But is it municipal water?
Yeah.
Because that could actually be a negative. Because, SHTF, come on.
Or is it potable? Did I tell you about
Potable?
my dad
No.
drinking on the mountain? He just found this thing.
No.
It's like a big reservoir thing a container, and he's like, and runs over there and starts drinking it. And at the top says non-potable.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like, what are you doing? And he stares at it for like 2 minutes. That doesn't mean you can't drink it. It means you can't use it in your toilet. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Can't use it in your toilet.
Yeah, I'm like,
So when he sees...
don't use that in your toilet. You can drink it, but you don't want to use it in your toilet.
That's fine
I don't
for
know what he
human
was-
consumption.
Oh,
Just
man.
don't shit in it. Like, what does... I don't get it.
I know. I didn't.
Oh,
My
that's
brother and I
hilarious.
were like dying. We're like, what is he talking about? Just drank like a mouthful of who knows what that
Oh,
was.
my gosh, that's awesome.
It's up in lava.
Oh, that's wonderful. I like that story.
Anyways,
that's
make
a good
sure
one.
it's potable.
Yeah. Yeah, but so what if it's municipal running water, and you're bugging out because of a large event or whatever it might be, you're going to have to be careful because that water can
connected.
stop. Yeah, you be careful because it could get contaminated or it could just stop flowing at certain points, So here's some things to think about. If you can get a private
You
well,
had that big turd in your toilet.
yeah,
Can't flush it now.
and not
All of
potable.
you are going to die from asphyxiation.
Yeah. Have a private well if you can. That's
That'd be
probably
really nice,
one of the
yeah.
best things you can get. But with that well, you're going to have to make sure you have some sort of a backup power or a way to pump it manually, whatever has to be done. If you have a fresh water spring on your property, man, you just hit the jackpot. That's something to look
Maybe
for.
that's what you need to look for, number one.
Yeah, it could be. Either
Natural
any of
spring.
these. Yes.
If there is a natural spring out there, it probably has a factory on top.
Yeah,
and it's
probably
bottling
does.
water right now.
Aquafina is over there. Yeah, they're just filling it up in the middle of Chicago.
I remember when I was a kid, there's a big old factory on top of it now.
So that would be good. Flowing water like a river or a stream is fantastic as well. Or even a pond or a lake if you can filter it in some way. Obviously, some other things we'll talk about a little bit is rain catchment systems, things like that. But probably a combination of a few of those things is going to be the safest bet.
Yeah.
You can have a well in a spring or a well in a lake or something like that, you know what I mean? So that you have backup to your
A natural
backup
spring in the middle of a lake
with the well.
that's coming from
Yeah. I don't know, something
from
like
yeah.
that. So
But also we talked about how if you have a river running water, that also
a
can be
river
used-
runs through it.
Yeah, you can produce energy, and it's
Exactly.
multiple use.
And hopefully it's got fish.
Maybe float away.
Yeah. It could be an escape route.
Get out of there.
Yeah. It could have fish in it. It could be a lot of different things. So that's something to look at.
So water in many ways.
Yes. Location-based threats. Now, this is kind of tricky sometimes, but you need to look at the location that you pick. There's going to be certain built-in threats that it's going to have from the natural environment and things like that. So those are things you need to look at. So is it in a flood zone? Is it something that's going to get flooded out easily? There's flood zones all over the place, and you can actually go online and see maps of different flood zones. So, this might not be a huge risk, but it's something you need to think about, Is it prone to super cold winters with, tons of snow? Because if it is, you're not going to be super happy in the winter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to think about that. Does it have a history of droughts? If it does, then you might want to think about something else.
Yeah. Well, a lot of websites, when you're talking about those locations to get really cold, the Rocky Mountains are a big deal,
Yeah.
Those would be an awesome place to go to. But for example, Logan, Utah, some
Yeah.
of those sinks,
Oh my gosh.
they drop to negative 60 records.
all the time.
And it's in the middle of nowhere. It's got a lot
Yeah.
of water flow. It's a perfect place.
About
But
9
in the
months
winter,
a year.
you're dead.
Yeah. So
Or it's horrible.
There's probably 3 months that you can't even live there because
Yeah,
it's
so
so
some
bad.
of those locations in the mountain, they're the extremes of cold.
Yeah, and that's the hard part about where we live too, because we kind of have those extremes. So you have to be thinking about that.
It's true, yeah.
What are you going to do? So you
we went and stayed that one time we camped once
Yeah.
ever in our life,
yeah.
but it was nice and warm down here.
Yep.
What, 70, mid 80s?
Yep.
We went up and it froze on our tents and
Exactly.
everything. It just
So
drops fast.
Those are things you need to look at. Like
We're pretty high elevation.
What is the temp going to be? What's the weather going to be like? So also, is there tornadoes? Is there hurricanes? Is there earthquakes? Is it prone to fires? Is it in like one of those fire zones called California?
Maybe it's in the middle of fire.
Yeah, exactly. Also, animals.
Volcano.
Is it a volcano? If it's a volcano, it's not a good place.
That's cool.
It's
That's
cool.
way cool.
Yeah.
But scary.
Not practical. The animals, is it a lot of bears around, which could or couldn't be a threat, but you have to be thinking about it. Mountain lions.
That's your perimeter.
Yeah, it's your perimeter.
No bears are protecting.
Yeah. Has Sasquatch been seen there a lot?
Yeah.
Those are things you have to think about. So
I've worried around here if you were to wander off and find somewhere private, you're like, am I on a reservation? Am I gonna
yeah. Oh yeah.
get killed 'cause I'm
absolutely.
carrying a
You have
gun
to think
around?
about that here too, for sure. Because we live near a lot of Indian reservations, and you have to be so careful.
Like Wyoming and like everywhere around us. There's all the borders of our counties and stuff breach, or there's tons of.
And so that's looking at your location for sure. You need to look at stuff like that, but also you need
if
to
you're even close to one of those,
don't
it'd be
even get
big,
close.
Big problem.
Yeah. But also looking at your routes. What are you going through to get to there? To get to there.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you're going to be okay there. Also, is it? We talking about large population centers. Make sure it's far enough away from that, but you also might want to make sure it's far enough away from like heavily trafficked roads and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people getting out of those areas are going to be going through there. So that's something to consider.
Yeah.
As you're
even a remote location like we live. There isn't very many main roads that are private. Like
yeah, exactly.
Almost all of them are busy.
Yeah.
So it's like how far do you get off? What road do you get off on? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Get off on any
I
road
have
I
a
can.
hard time. It's all of them are busy. I can't get off on one of them.
Do what you got to do, though. You know what I mean? So yeah, steer clear of that. So the next one, we've kind of talked about this a little bit in the weather, but sustainability. So if your SHTF situation lasts for more than like 3 days or whatever it might be, if you have to live there for a year or something like that, say it's a really bad situation, do you have things like renewable energy sources? Can you get plenty of sunlight for solar or whatever it might be? Do you is there plenty of wood around if you need that for fuel for fires or whatever it might be? What? Do you have ample space to raise animals if you need to? Things like cows or sheep or hamsters. I don't know, whatever needs to be done.
Hamsters need a real nice, quiet environment.
They really do.
They need a lot of play toys.
They do.
Tubes. You gotta have like pipes.
You gotta have tarps and pipes and tubes, right? I mean,
you gotta be able to change your bedding.
Yeah, you do
on a regular basis.
So those are things you have to think about when you're looking at that. Tactical geese, goat training.
I was thinking about like how do you have this remote private location.
Yeah,
I'm like, how do you just have cows and goats tied up there until you get up there? You know what I mean?
No. Well,
they just free range.
You obviously have to have a plan for this.
Yeah, but
right.
I was
so there's things I've thought about that. There's a lot.
I got frozen semen here. Hopefully, I can get some animals put together.
Go catch me a female cow and start this process.
I froze my goat back in '97. I'm gonna unfreeze it and start a new family.
I froze my goat in '97. Should be good till about 2028.
That's the only way I can keep them up there when I'm not up there.
Time to unfreeze, little buddy.
You got some packing to do.
Wake up! Shit, I think I've frozen too much.
I built you a vest. Carry all my gear up there.
Think I done frozen too much.
That hind leg's not gonna make it.
Hind leg's not gonna have to eat it.
Right.
But there's like, how like around here up in the mountains, there's a lot of free range cattle.
Yeah,
and stuff like that all the time. Well, certain times of the year, not all the time, but certain times of the year. You know what I mean? So you can have a plan around that. Like,
I'm gonna be close to it.
Yeah, I'm close to it. I can go
sneaky cow.
Rustle up a couple cows, put my own brand on them. CP, casual prepper
This
cow.
seems- It's just like their brand, but like an extra like hash on it.
Well, no,
I don't know.
that's what they did back in the day. The cattle
still a little-
rustlers. Yeah, they would have a brand that would work for like most of the major brands.
Oh
they
my
could go right over
gosh.
top of them.
I could see that.
Yeah, so be thinking about your brand
I've been
right now.
Did
That's
we
part
talk
of this.
about that one time?
I don't
I
think
swear
so.
we talked about our like coming up with our own brand.
I don't think so.
Casual prepper brand.
I don't remember that, but that sounds cool.
Well,
Whatever.
maybe
it
it
is.
was a different
Yeah.
podcast.
That
That
could have
did.
been my other casual prepper podcast. So
My advanced prepper podcast.
yeah, this is the basic defense. So that's when you're looking at your location, you got to look at what defensive. What do you have as far as defense goes? So depending on your situation and your location, you might be fending off unwanted people, wanderers. Sasquatch cows. I don't know. Whatever. My Sasquatch cows. I'm just hamsters and goats.
Harry and walk on both or two legs is all.
Yeah. But from your location, do you have a good field of view that you can look out, and
Yeah.
see a wide space, so you have a good defensive view of what's going on? Are you on high ground, which gives you a defensive advantage? Maybe you're up against like a large cliff or something like that, so you don't have to worry about certain areas of your. You got a burp going on.
I don't
again.
want it going in your face.
So you only have to look
Make
or
your own
defend.
hamburger hill.
Exactly.
Mortar and everything.
I want a hamburger now. Sounds good. So those are some things to think about as you're picking that location. You don't want to be in down in a gully where like people could get
In a
up on
ravine?
top. Yeah,
This is gonna be nice.
this will be perfect, especially if we get a flash flood.
That runoff's gonna come right in my front door.
I won't have to worry about water.
Just dip it off my bed.
Exactly. And it's a good fast getaway. Just get on my inner tube. You know what I mean?
You just have a boat tied up under a shed so that it just goes up with the water.
Perfect. Let's
Oh,
go.
I'm up at the rooftop now. I better get out of here.
So, anyways, those are some things to think about, like the basics of your location. And obviously, there's your actual structure, what you're going to be staying in. So that's something, if you're
Maintenance.
yeah, well, if you have a cabin, or if you just have like, what are you laughing at?
Cabin.
A cabin, or if you have a just like a hand built structure of whatever
Maybe
it is.
you have a box car up there. I don't know.
Yeah, or a box car, whatever you got. I don't know, shipping container, whatever it
Threw
might
you
be.
off. You're like,
I'm just like,
what the?
shit. I got to think about this box car thing.
I gotta drag it up there somehow.
This process seems way too difficult.
Find an old set of railroad tracks.
Yeah.
Pull it up there.
So let's go through some of these really basic areas. So water, again, we've talked about this. Have a natural source nearby, right? But at your location, have some filters.
Yeah.
Like, this is the hard part, though. Is your location secure enough that you can leave stuff there? Like, I don't know. It depends on what your box car looks like. You know what I mean? Is it well defended? Is
Maybe.
it good
Maybe not.
security?
When you talked too about water locations, like is it a really well known lake that
Yeah.
like tons of people are going to come up there? They're
Not a
like,
good
"This is
idea."
Perfect. I'm going to shoot deer right on the
I know. Yeah.
right on the
I'm gonna fish and shoot
beach
deer at
and-
the same time.
yeah exactly
Yeah.
And you're
No.
like, well, I gotta
No, you
got locations right there.
like we said, you
Well,
need to be off the beaten path if you can. If there's a way to do that, you can't
discover your own lake.
Yeah, brand new lakes.
Yeah,
That's on top of your list. Unknown brand new lakes.
go to uncharted areas.
Yes, good idea.
Probably safe.
So have a way at your location to filter water, because you might get there and you might not be able to grab your bug out bag. You might not be able to have
Yeah, you
those
definitely
things.
have to
so
have-
have that there. So if you can beforehand, while you're building out this bug out location, build a rain catchment system, like we said. That's gonna. Here it ain't gonna do dick for you because it never freaking rains. But in other places, it's a great source of water. That you don't have to worry about. And dig a well. That's what we said.
You can have thousands of gallons already catched
Thousands of gallons. I don't know why that was funny. The way you said it was funny.
because stroked out a little
Yeah.
bit.
So food that becomes another thing you need to worry about, right? So having
Put up a bunch of snares.
exactly
Got
snares
animals hanging everywhere around.
snares everywhere. That's when you're thinking about food. Think about this little limerick. Snares everywhere. right?
You just have everything hung up in trees.
Yeah.
Well, that one's been there a while.
that one's halfway
No
decomposed.
meat left on that one.
Yeah.
This wolf part dog.
This wolf decomposed.
White Fang. You never know. You
Yeah.
could get a dog just like White Fang.
So have a cache of long-term food storage. So stuff that's like the 25-year shelf life that you can keep there.
And if you're having to truck in there, we've talked about having a cache along the way.
The way, yeah.
Open it up and you got snacks and treats.
Well, especially
Jerky sticks.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Slim Jims. Especially if your bug out vehicle is for some reason, like maybe it's an EMP or something, you have no vehicle. Yeah. You're going to have to walk your 20 miles or 15 miles or whatever it is, have something halfway. So you can be like, oh, I know when I get to mile 10, I've got some turkey. You know what I mean?
I've got 6-pack Coca-Cola.
Exactly. I'm going to feel good about myself. So, and then another thing to think about with food is have means to grow a garden if you can. Yeah. You know, you don't want to be there long term, but you want to be prepared for it if you have to be, you know. Yeah. Growing a garden, you get your own food from there, right from the ground, from the earth, right from the earth. And then it's also obviously a great plus if you have wild game nearby and means to hunt it, which Cam's figuring out right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Cam been shooting his bow.
Yeah, Coach's dad owes me a boat.
Yeah, he won a boat from my dad
we
yesterday.
Were practicing at his house with a 3D target.
Yeah.
He had a deer. And he's like, you hit that. This is the first shot, too. At like
you get a hard shot at 40 yards.
You get a hard shot. And I was like, got it right in it.
Yeah.
I want a ball.
He's running around like
his dad was like, you guys can take it out anytime you want.
Yeah, backtracking old man. Come on. Yeah. So have
I'm
means,
learning how to bow shoot.
Yeah, have means to hunt. You know, so your shelter becomes obviously one of the very most important things at your bug out location. So have some insulation from the elements, from the wind, from the rain, from the snow, all that sort of stuff. A roof and walls, you know, to keep animals out. You don't want rabbits hanging around in your bedroom. Squirrels in your bathtub. You know what I mean? So that's bad.
Raccoons in your hamper.
Yeah, so, you know, a way to lock it up. Because if you're going to be keeping this stuff there, you have to have it locked up. Because people, they will break into stuff if it's easy. And they will steal everything you own.
Yeah. Every time we're on a hike, and like Finn will see something that looks remotely like a structure.
Yeah.
Let's go get in it.
Let's go get in
Break it down, get inside.
I'm done, Dad.
So you
This
keep
is where
that.
I live now.
I think adults keep that, and they just want to go. And
They really do,
destroy
yeah.
everything.
Fuel, again, we talk about fuel. Depending on your shelter and, you know, the way you're going to heat it or the way you're going to power it, you're going to have plenty of fuel. You know, wood, solar panels, gasoline, propane, batteries, all of those things need to be at your bug out location, whatever you're going to need. One thing I think is super important for a bug out. What are you pointing
Looks like
at?
a wasp.
A wasp? Good hell.
It's a fly.
One thing I think is important to have at your bug out location is your survival library. You know, having those books, that, you know, medical books, survival books, cooking, navigation, all those types of things. Have a set of those there, because when you get up there and you forget how to cook or put on Band-Aids.
How do you start a fire?
This is hard. So you can have that library
you put
there.
the drink in your mouth. This water goes in your mouth.
So what does potable mean again? I don't remember.
The podcast joked about it. They said, "Don't put it in your toilets," but I think you can drink.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think having that location, what I would like to do if I had my own location, is to have, you know, Tawny's family has, like, on Diamond Mountain, a really sweet location.
Where exactly is it
got
at?
a well.
Yeah.
And it's up on a hill.
Can you give me the latitude, longitude for it?
Yeah. But I've thought I probably would. There's some pretty easy to find, like, good storage locations where I'd stick a cache of, like, probably my more valuable items. You know, a nice pistol. Yeah. A good comic book. Maybe
DC Comics.
Yeah. Maybe a Sega Genesis.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah. But I'd put some, I put, like, those valuables there because, you know, the little alcohol tabs and stuff to start fires. And, you know, you can store a lot of that in your, you know, location that you're not worried about getting stolen or broken into. Yeah. Maybe that'll throw them off. They're like, oh, this place doesn't have crap.
Yeah, exactly.
And then not too far off, you have
good stuff.
Minigun buried.
Exactly.
Under a
howitzer.
Maybe you have a street howitzer too.
Exactly. I don't know. So a couple of things.
Maybe your landmines.
Yeah, whatever you got to have.
Can't remember where I buried this. Kids, go walk out there and tell me where it's at.
Walk slowly.
If I did the mine on the back or the front, we'll figure it out.
We'll get it figured out. Defense, have weapons, bows, guns, knives, whatever, tripwires, things like that, whatever you need at your location. Obviously, for when you get there and there's other people coming, you have a way to defend yourself. Communications is probably the last thing you want to think about. I mean, it's going to be hard, but when you get to your location, see if your cell phone works there, if you have service, because that's going to be a big deal.
No, that's one thing I put in my when you're there. What do you do?
Yeah, fantastic. So if that works, it's going to be a bonus to your situation. Have an emergency radio there so you can pick up those broadcasts, and then consider your alternatives. Ham radio, GoTennas, CBs, whatever it might be, some sort of alternate communications. And that's all I have.
Done. Nothing left to give.
Yeah, I gave you 100%, Cameron.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
Before we go on to the next thing, I don't want to talk about survival boxes right now.
I'm super excited for this.
Because they're amazing. So survival boxes are the only subscription box packed with all of the essential survival supplies that you need to prep for surviving disasters, emergencies, or just your next outdoor adventure. There are many different boxes to choose from, so you can order the survival food, water, and gear required for your survival plan. Sign up today to get survival boxes delivered to your doorstep every month. No contracts. Cancel any dang time you want.
Can I cancel tomorrow?
You could cancel it the day you got it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You could order it and then cancel it.
Jeez.
Also, check out the new Mega Survival Box.
Mega.
6 days worth of survival food, water, and water purification and filtration storage, all packed into one gigantic survival box. Why don't just buy that one and bury it?
I know, that's a good idea.
Up on the mountain somewhere. Or I don't know, out in the oasis. Use promo code Casual Preppers for 10% off your first box on any subscription or store order at survivalbox.com. Seriously, go check them out.
Stay survived,
They're amazing.
Kids.
When you get up to your survival location, now what do you do?
Survive, son.
Yeah. So maybe, I guess I didn't mention bug out retreats. Kobe mentioned a ton of them. Cabin. Firewatch Tower would be cool.
That would be cool. We have one up here.
Yeah.
You've been to that one.
You would have to have, because it's owned and it's like a tourist site. But I don't think anybody would really bother it that much if things were going down. Maybe. But either way, you'll be up on top shooting them anyway.
The thing is you could have alternate bug out locations if you need to.
That's true, yeah. You've got the lake down low, a location there, and then you've got your Firewatch Tower to break into at night and do whatever you want.
Why not?
A ranch would be amazing. There's some like abandoned ones too all over that you would come across, and it's like a ghost town.
Yeah,
those would be sweet.
That sounds creepy.
A cave or a mine, you might die, but hey, it's deep.
It's a place.
It's cool. Deep. Kids would probably find some gold. An open area. There's a lot of those like locations that are, like campgrounds and stuff. If you could even just make that your location for a while.
Sure.
A camper. Just drag one up there and drop it off. That's what everybody in Vernal does.
Yeah, they do all summer long.
Drives me freaking nuts. Or if you somehow had a lot of money, you dug a bunker way up there. Oh, that'd be amazing.
Oh, so
a bunker in the middle of the mountains. There's nothing better.
Bury your boxcar.
Man,
bury
thinking
that
about it right now.
boxcar in the ground.
Or even a storage shed. There's like those pump box, those pump sheds.
Houses,
like you could seriously just use one of those for a while. And then when the pump runs out, get out of there.
Exactly. Boxcar.
We're going to come here and turn on sprinklers. What are you doing? Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
You've been living here? Just like crapping all over in there.
Rich crackers all over the place.
These are my favorites.
I like these. Put a little tuna fish.
Hey, how
on
far's town? Because I'm out of food.
That was my last thing of
Sucking
Ritz.
on the pump. Is this potable?
I got to take a dump. Is this potable?
I've been dropping a deuce in this tube. Where's it going?
Sucking out the other end.
I drink on this end, a turd in that end. It shoots it right down.
I feel like I got a good system going on.
It's clean. It tastes good and gets rid of my feces. Anyway. But yeah, there's multiple. You can do whatever you want.
That's the nice thing about this. There's no set way to do any of this.
There really isn't. Hey, if you feel like it's a bug out location, it's a bug out location.
Exactly. Slap a sticker on there and call it
You got
yours.
no broke down car, just drive it up the mountains. Take tires off.
You got a
and leave it up
72
there.
Vega, you can get up on a mountain, live in it.
What's the AMC? What's that one that had like full wood paneling? on
Oh,
the
I don't
sides?
know.
God, what
I
is
think
that
an El
called?
Camino would be good, though.
That would be a good one.
You know,
Yeah.
you got the back of the truck, but you also got a car.
Maybe you just put a bunch of soil in there and you got a garden going already.
Oh, my
You just
gosh.
drive it up on the mountain.
You're a genius.
This is my mobile garden.
Mobile bug out location / vehicle.
You use all that space just to grow like tomatoes and stuff. I
tomatoes.
can't carry anything. I just got a garden going in the back. Yeah, okay.
But you can crap back there.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me take a swig. All right. So when you get to your bug out location,
Yeah.
what's the first kind of things you're going to do? This was a question that's asked a lot on forums. Mm-hmm. So I'm here to tell y'all. I'm excited about this.
Yes, sir.
But there really wasn't any like discussion. Like nobody really had this perfect plan. So I'm going to tell you what perfect plan is.
Bunch of idiots on these forums.
Yep, they're dummies. So my first thing to get up there to my bug out location is to set up like a security. I want to make whatever and whoever's with me feel secure.
I feel secure right
So
now.
I figure we'll get in, kick off our shoes, maybe start a game of Monopoly. Pretty much by the time we're done, whatever event will be done.
It will be over.
Like probably a couple years past.
That's my bug out plan.
Just start a game of Monopoly.
One game of Monopoly.
Maybe play some Candy Crush or something on your phone. But no, get up there and get the area secure, tie a rope around, whatever you've got your
Well, I got the rope around the perimeter. We're good to go.
with cans and stuff hanging, I'm saying.
I know, just
But yeah.
what's your
Claimed.
security plan?
Claimed. You just start
You can't come past this rope, mister.
just tie it off with like a warning like somebody's been killed there. Just
Yeah.
like, I ain't going across that.
Crime scene. Do not enter.
Native American Reserve. Oh, I ain't going in
I
there.
ain't going in that place.
So yeah, I would, set up a security, get your place secure, both where you're going to sleep and then a good perimeter. Set up markers so you know your distance, know your range, like your Braxton bows. and
Yep.
stuff. Concealment, how to get your place to be invisible as best as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe you've already built a nice wall made of pine needles. I don't know.
A pine needle wall.
But what if we just got one of those camo like tarp looking
Nets,
things?
yeah.
Just
Just like one of those hunting blind
be a
nets.
good idea to have some of those up there. Hunting blind, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Put your bug out location, leave it in the open, and then stay in the blind. You
Ooh.
can just watch your location.
Yeah.
Even better. Man, can't believe how much we come up with.
Call those forums up. Tell them what we got.
I don't know if you can send a letter to everybody in those forums. I want it done tonight.
Certified mail.
Pretty soon there's going to be a podcast on this podcast.
What's your fax number?
Some of the... Can we Xerox you some stuff?
Xerox you a couple of ideas.
And then make sure that everybody's prepared for what if somebody comes into the camp, are they going to
Yeah.
shoot them dead on the spot?
Yeah, well, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to have a plan for the security thing, are you going to bug out? Are you going to, all of you going to stay put? One person go out there and get killed. What are you going to do?
I'm
But
just
you
going to
need to have a
scream
plan.
as loud as I can, like
Yeah.
just random words.
Yeah.
Snorkel! People just like, what? I'm so confused. And they'll just run away.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, I think they got a lot of people around us.
They're crazy.
But yeah, you got to have that plan of, are you willing to negotiate? Are you willing to talk to people, or are you just going to get them out of the, get them out of that place?
Yeah.
Get them the F out of there.
Yeah.
Well, that, the series that was on YouTube that we watched that was by, when the power went out, that guy,
American
that
Blackout.
rancher guy.
Oh, yeah.
He was just like, no negotiation. Do
no.
not come in here. You're done.
We
Get
do
out.
not negotiate.
So it's like, what is your plan? What is your group's plan? Are you going to be nice and let them in, let them kill y'all? Or you can kill them all.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You don't want to kill everybody.
Don't kill people, guys.
We're just saying.
Unless you have
If
to. Then you do it.
Yep. Where are you going to store those weapons? Are you going to have them all in one location, or are you going to have them in multiple locations?
Well, I think
Like
a multiple
Rick Grimes.
location is probably a good idea.
It is a good idea. We've talked about the caches. Caches. Have different ones, not only for when you're getting up there, but while you're there. If something goes down, I'm going to go out the south door.
Yeah.
Up through that.
I got the south cache.
I'm going to go off this side of the rock that I've marked as my location.
Yeah.
But have gear that you can get to that's not on you or at your location. And then plan a night watch, or who's going to sleep, who's going to watch out for everybody, who's going to play games tonight, who's not going to play games.
Yeah.
So, and then your exit plan. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go if this one's compromised? Somebody dies there. You don't want to stay. It's scary. Number 2, and I put this, you want to get, there's your note right there, comms, to have those, like, soon after you get up there, figure out, can you still listen to what's going on out there? And like you said, can you still use your cell phone, or are the cell phones still active? You want to set that up so that you can follow what's going on. Hopefully, the reason you bugged out was something that led you to go clear up in the mountains. Hopefully. And you probably want to follow what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's easy to just get that going and turn on the radio, see if your cell phone works, get a ham radio going. Hopefully, you can have your license going and stuff like that.
Yep.
So comms is simple and easy, and I think that that's a step that I would take right away. Is I want to know what's going on. Number 2, your water. How much are you going to drink? How much do we need? Everybody's going to need this, that, and that. Who's going to shower every day? Who isn't going to shower every day?
I'm going to shower every day.
Who's going to, take care of? So you need to figure out, with the water that you have, how far is it going to make it? How many filters do you have? How much can you filter? And how long are those going to last? And when do you need to go find a new location, find more filters?
What's potable and what's not.
Yeah, you need to figure that out.
Do you have enough for shower 6?
Yeah.
Or not?
Well, we
Or you
got
gotta
to
have an alternate.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Number 2 would be food preps. Knowing.
I think you said 2 3 times in a row, by the way.
Oh, I did, because it says right there. Did you see that? 2 and 2 and 2.
Yeah.
My numbers got messed up. So this would
be like number
3.
9 at this point. I don't know.
No, sorry. Security was 1, 2, comms. Yeah, look at that.
It doesn't matter.
It goes 1, 2, and then 1, 2.
They don't have to have numbers.
Okay.
The next one is
important item.
Okay.
It doesn't have a number assigned to it.
Unnumbered.
Food. So I'd look at your food, see how much you have. One, I would see what's expiring first.
Yeah.
And how to, make a meal and incorporate those items before they expire. Get them done.
Yeah.
And then move on to your longer shelf life items. How much Fatty McGee's going to eat, how much you're going to eat, what's the caloric demand for whatever you guys are
Why
doing.
you got Fatty McGee up there anyways? That's not a good idea.
I don't know. Maybe it's part of your family.
Oh.
You got
to take Fatty McGee.
You got to face it.
Yeah.
Things go south, that's the first one I'm eating.
Oh, absolutely.
Lots of calories.
Yeah. Better meat.
It's really good marbling.
Good marbling in that Fatty McGee.
So make sure all those things that you already have there are calculated out to eat, to ration, when they're going to expire, blah, blah, blah.
We probably shouldn't have cannibalism jokes, by the way.
No. Then you're going to find out, okay, how long are we going to be here? Do we need to get a garden going right away? What time of season is it? How far are we going to get with these crops?
No, you got to start your garden the second you get there.
Digging the snow, put seeds in.
Yeah, the second you get there, garden.
Hey, El Camino's got half of stuff going already.
That's right.
But
mobile.
You got to plan for that, and long term, you don't always want to have to go down into town, Walmart, and get more things.
You don't have. You want to do.
Nobody wants to go to Walmart during this stuff. So get your garden going. Are you going to start hunting? Who's going to hunt? How much ammo do you have? Things like that. All that revolves around food. You need to figure it out.
Yeah.
You need to figure it out right away.
Yeah, well, figure it out now. Have that plan in place, because when you get up there, you're not going to want to have to figure all that stuff out on the fly.
No, you should already have a plan, but realistically, you probably won't have a great one, and you'll be panicking.
Yeah.
So these are Cam's steps of survival. Number 1, 2, and 2,
number
and
2, 2, and 2, and 2.
1.
Number 2 is the most important.
Number 2A and 2B.
Yeah.
3, fuel for starting fires, putting out fires. No, for cooking, and then lights to read books and stuff, coloring books.
Well, I think Solar lights would be a nice thing to have.
You need to always remember to have a way to give yourself
What?
to be able to prepare your food and keep yourself warm.
Yeah.
Keep yourself survived.
Yes.
Solar's awesome. Obviously, you're not going to get a lot of heat
Yeah.
out of that for other purposes. So, but don't abandon it. It's great. You love solar. If you haven't enjoyed solar, you're going to love it. 2, batteries. Lots of use. You can start things on fire with batteries.
You can, yeah.
You can turn stuff on with batteries.
I'm going to try
You
that.
can turn other stuff on with batteries.
Hey, honey, I got a battery.
But it would be sweet that, you have a solar power system with battery storage.
absolutely would.
It would be amazing. But you need to figure out how to have power going and how long that's going to last. And a generator maybe you have up there, how much fuel you're going to use, when you're going to use it, for what important purposes are you going to use it, things like that. As you can tell, it's all about planning.
It is.
But we're all procrastinators, so I expect that you probably won't have everything figured out.
Mm-hmm.
So, other thing is, wood. Do you start collecting a bunch now because it's not dead smack in the middle of January and freaking horrible to find all that?
Yeah. If you have to
you're
bug
gonna
out,
die out there.
if you're bugging out in midwinter,
Yeah.
and you have to go out and try and find fuel or wood for fires and whatnot, that's going to be a freaking horrible experience. So have something already prepped and ready, so when you get there, you have like a month worth of wood or whatever it might be.
And then that gives you the chance to plan.
Yeah.
Let's start collecting a bunch of this because we're going to need it. We're going to try and stay here for 70 years. I don't know.
However
We're
many
going to
years.
start a new community up here.
Yeah.
Number 4 or 5 or 6. I don't know.
One number.
Then the plan of everything else, maintenance on the location, keeping it clean and dry, hygiene issues, where people are going to turd
Yeah.
and not turd,
Yep.
and who's going to make sure they wash their body and not wash their body. How much water you're going to use, how are you going to recycle that stuff. When to scavenge or go down to town to find things that you didn't have or you're going to need. You got to figure out how that's going to work out, who's going to go, how they're going to go. And then your medicinal needs.
That's gonna
maybe
be hard.
somebody that relies on medicine. You got to really focus on how you're going to do that.
Oh, that
You should already have something way in advance, but are you going to go into town and what you got to have a list of, okay, you take Viagra every night. You take blood pressure medication every day. We're going to taper you off. You're going to learn how to not do that.
Ooh.
But there's a lot of things that go into that. And not only for those that need medications on a regular basis, have like a first aid station or location where you can have all those things available and people know how to use them and steal them and abuse them. Because people abuse medical supplies.
They do.
Then your family needs, are they met? Are they comfortable? Are they depressed and going to lose their minds?
Probably.
And, you need to focus on how to keep them distracted. Put them to work. Get them making the garden, breeding the hamsters. Somebody's got to be focused on breeding the hamsters, shaving the hamsters.
Exactly.
You're going to use that hamster
It's a
hair
process.
for blankets.
It's a process.
Yeah.
It's genetics and it's family trees and hamsters and it's websites and there's a lot that goes into it.
You can't go black bear hamster with a
you just can't.
regular pink large butt hamster.
Regular pink one. Exactly.
But just the regular planning ahead of, we're going to stay here for this long. We need to figure out how to make the most of what we have, what to use first, and then when we're running out of these things, then what do we start doing and how do we prepare to stay here the longest?
Yeah.
That's basically the gist of it.
Yeah.
And then what to do when somebody finds you, or how many people we killed.
Yeah. The questions you need to ask.
Yeah.
Yep.
So really, it's just a matter of making everything flow smoothly and less stressful, and making sure that everybody's, comfortable. Even if you're lone wolfing it, you're just like, hey, calm down.
Yeah.
I got 24 candy bars in my backpack.
Exactly. I got enough Snickers to last till Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm good. So that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. From what you've been saying is planning becomes a huge thing with a bug out location. It's not just like saying, I'm going to go up on a mountain. Yeah. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
It'll never work. So you got to have some sort of a plan, especially if it becomes a long-term bug out. If it's short-term, you might be able to make it okay. You'll be fine, right? But if it's a long-term bug out, you're going to be in trouble, dude.
Exactly.
So plan, plan.
Right. And I think for me, getting in a situation where you feel disorganized, you feel kind of stressed out, to like look at everything and list it out and prepare.
Yeah.
Like it calms you down. You're just like,
Oh, it does me
this
too,
is
man.
what's going to happen when we do this. And
Yeah.
if we run out of this, we already have this strategy to try and prevent that from happening. If it does, we can do that. I think it's a good way to just get everybody focused and calm down.
I'm such like, even at work, like I'll come on Monday and I'll feel like super overwhelmed. But I make like a checklist. Like I make a list on an actual list on a piece of paper. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It is.
I can do this.
It's
It feels
crazy.
feels a lot better. So if you get up there and you have some paper and a pencil and you can make a list and like, okay, I got to do all these things.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to go.
It kind of gets you just settled down.
Yeah, you chill.
Like Sunday night, I always try and do that. I'm like, I got all this stuff, and I start freaking out before it's even Monday. And then I'm like, if I have it all listed out, it's the same way with these. You get up to those locations. I think it'll calm most everybody down.
Everybody's going to be in a crazy state anyways if you're bugging out for real.
Like,
so
you're breeding hamsters.
Yeah.
You're looking for spring.
Yeah.
You're going to tie rope.
You just don't die. You know what I mean? There's got to be a couple people like that. Just don't die. Just be
Me
careful.
and you are using water tonight.
Yeah. I got enough water for you and I. Brought a gallon just for
But
us.
just be organized and prepare beforehand. And then when you're up there, go over your everything. Just make sure your inventory and everything is set, and you're going to be all right.
Oh, there you go, kids. That's Bug Out Locations part.
So, yeah.
For you guys. Thank you. Okay, now let's get to some quick reviews. So, first things first. Oh, I got that. This one we got a little while ago, but we haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
On there?
What does it say?
I don't even know if it does.
So this one is a super like AR edition.
That's some rail.
They teamed up with Precision Engineering Manufacturing out of Texas to bring an American-made 4-arm system for your AR-15. So what they have is they have the rail, the barrel nut, and low-profile gas block, gas tube, and rail section.
Dude,
like basically,
put a gun together.
You're ready to put your damn gun together. So it's hard to beat TAC Pack if you have an AR, if you're looking to build an AR, or if you just love ARs. This is a fantastic box. So, again, use our code Casual Preppers. And
where do they get this stuff?
I don't know. How do they do it? So, yeah, show the people.
That is
Neato.
nice.
So, AR parts. If you love them, get TAC Pack. So the next thing we have is actually the 12 Survivors. They just came out with a brand new product, which we had the previous one, which was the roll-up kit, but this is the ultralight roll-up kit. I actually took this with me.
This is a diet.
Yeah, it's the diet one, sugar-free.
Gluten-free, sugar-free.
Yeah, it's it's super light. It's definitely light. I used this on my 33-mile hike a couple of weeks ago.
You had the other one, right?
Yeah, I have. The other one is on my backpack, actually.
Is it much heavier? Did you
It's
try
a little bit heavier. The other one. I mean, it's not like a ton, but
I think we actually showed it on our laceration video, right?
Yeah, on our laceration video.
Our glue.
So it basically comes with like the absolute basics of a first aid kit. So this will get you through most situations. These are $34.97 on their website. They've always sent pretty quality stuff, and it's just
they do.
It's not like, high end, top of the line, but it's such a good price that it's really hard to pass up. You know what I mean? And I like the way that these roll up.
I do too. It's really hard to find a good med kit that's organized.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this.
And you can still see it all.
Yeah,
it's
it's super organized when you roll
it's
it
in
out.
This pocket. No, it's not this one.
Yeah.
It's in this pocket.
You can see through into all the pockets. They all have zippers. So I just like having my first aid kit like super organized. I hate opening up just like a pouch. It's just freaking crap stuffed in
and
there
that's
that's everywhere.
Sadly, I have to admit, that's kind of how a couple of mine are.
Yeah, so these are things that I really like to keep you super organized. And when the time comes and you need it, it's easy to get to,
Good job.
So, yeah, good job, 12 Survivors. So the next one, Surviva-Guard. So I've actually had an issue with, okay, so when you get long-term food storage, you can look at the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients that are in those, and you can obviously see you're going to be deficient.
Yeah.
Like there's just no way to get everything that you need from this freeze-dried, dehydrated food.
I mean, we barely get it now.
Yeah.
With our regular diets.
Exactly. And so supplementation in an SHTF scenario is going to be a huge deal. And these guys have actually figured out how to do it in a pretty good way. So usually when you go buy vitamins, the shelf life on them is like 6 months or like a year. Like you can't have stuff that's going to last for a long time. So buying it for your food storage is...
Which they don't. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's short.
It's the short shelf life. So that had a piece of paper on it. Do you know where that paper's at? So they actually make a number 10 can that comes with a 6-month supply of vitamins. And so these vitamins are awesome. They have 100% of all 13 essential vitamins in them per serving, right? 100 powerful antioxidants, and they have 4 micronutrients to prepare your body for extremes. And you know when it's an SHTF scenario, your body is going to be going through some crazy stuff because you're eating freaking crap. Your food's going to be horrible. It's not going to be good. But this is a 10-year shelf life, 6-month supply of vitamins. It's really hard to beat. So the cool thing about this is it's not just like a bunch of capsules just like chilling in the can. So it has in each can there's 3 sealed Mylar bags containing 2 1-month bottles.
Oh, nice.
And then each Mylar bag also contains 500 cc oxygen absorbers.
Cool.
So it sucks out the oxygen and it keeps it good, right? So, it'll keep it good for 10 years until you open it.
Yeah.
I think that is so freaking awesome.
I think it's awesome, too, because I can't tell you how much I hate bottles like this.
Yeah.
You can't, it's like, where do you throw them? Stacking them.
It's
on
hard to
their
stack a whole bunch of them.
I guess you guys can't see what I'm talking about. It's just those little regular
Pill bottles.
Centrum type of bottle.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you put these? This is awesome because you stack it,
with your
it
regular
goes with
food
all
storage.
of your regular food storage.
Yeah. So
Genius.
I freaking think these are awesome. So it's great for a supplement for long term. You're going to pay for it because, vitamins are expensive.
They are
especially
expensive.
if you're making it long term.
Yeah.
But if you think about a 6-month supply, they're selling that number 10 can for $127. It's really not that bad.
No, and this is my opinion. You can read all kinds of controversial stuff about vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
But, do you know? I don't.
Yeah.
But taking these on a daily basis, I don't think you need to in a dire situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you eat, do what you can, and then maybe every other day or every 2 to 3 days you take this supplement, and you're getting so many things that your bobbly.
Yeah,
my bobbly.
My bobbly not getting enough of the goodies.
But it'll absorb a lot more at that point when you're more deficient than taking it every day and losing a lot of, maybe you're got a lot of vitamin A and your body's getting rid of that and absorbing more of this.
Yeah.
I think, spreading this out, this is going to go a really long way.
I really think Surviviguard has solved
I think they're onto something.
Yeah, I think they've solved a problem that preppers have.
No,
you know
I
what mean?
agree,
Is
totally.
how do you get long-term? Because usually what you'd have to do is just buy like a bunch and then just use them and keep rotating them, right? But this, you have 10 years.
Yeah.
And you're good to go for 6 months.
And unless you're a nutritionist,
yeah,
you're not going to take that time in a scenario to
it'd be
like,
so hard.
Are these kids getting enough of the vitamin A and carotene? You just freaking stuff this down their throat.
Gullets. Put it right in their bubblies.
Right in their stinky bubblies.
Yeah. So go check out Surviviguard. It's not Survival Guard, Surviviguard.
Yeah.
Okay? Really cool stuff. Let them know the Casual Preppers sent you over there.
Super awesome.
You gotta check them out, guys. Was that our last review?
It was. Yeah, there's no
It's time for the quick and dirty
Unless
medical
you
tip.
want to review the cement on the floor.
Good and hard.
This is really nice cement.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about vitamins and kind of more natural things, I didn't know that was going to be part of this. You're going to get your garden going up in the mountains way far, far away from everybody.
Yeah, or in your El Camino.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe you're going to start that tonight in the back of your El Camino.
I guarantee
or
someone
your
does.
Datsun.
Someone's getting that idea.
It's freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
If you do, take a picture.
Yeah, please take a
We
picture.
will post the crap out of that one. There's a couple of real natural, herbs.
That herb's pretty natural.
spices, different things. But these are super easy to grow. They're really kind of hardy.
Ah,
That will grow in most gardens or wherever you're going to be. So write them down because I'm going to tell you. Sage actually grows really well.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. And it is one of the best herbs that you can get. Herbs. It helps with digestion, dries up a running nose.
Sage does?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
It helps with swelling and inflammation. They've done some studies on this, lowering blood pressure. I mean, the digestion one's funny to me because I think all of these could go either way.
Really?
They can break up your constipation or they can make you constipated.
It's going to do
As
something.
long as it's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
But supposedly reduces cramps and diarrhea. It's got a big list of uses, and it's easy to grow. So pick up your sage today. Number 2A.
I'm going to put the sage right next to the tailgate.
So lavender, you've heard of this for millions of different things. Smells good, helps with stinky people that are living with you.
Oh, yeah.
And helps with sleep, migraine relief, antiseptic.
Antiseptic, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
A lot of those, actually, sage is also an antibacterial too. So nothing likes to grow where it's sagey. Peppermint. We always pick this up on the mountain because it smells delicious.
Really?
And it's cool. That's it.
This peppermint's cool.
No, but peppermint grows wild. So just start growing it. But yeah,
Good for your tummy.
obviously the smell and everything's useful. You can put it on your chest when you got a cough. It's like Vicks. It's great breath freshener. You can eat it, chew it, yum yum yum. Stick it in your pants.
Yeah.
And shut down that stinky
Crotch
crotch.
freshener.
Calendula.
Huh?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But it's good.
Okay.
And you can grow it. I really don't know what that one is.
Thanks.
I didn't want to go into it.
Okay.
Because these are
I'm glad you mentioned it.
the more common ones. Garlic. Garlic
Yeah.
is easy to grow. It's used for like 1 billion health things. They found for cardiac and cardiovascular health. It's excellent. Lowers cholesterol. Kobe will sweat it out for like months.
It's more onions for me.
Yeah. But it's in that same family, you know, how
Yeah.
it can actually open up your sinuses for sinus infections, colds, and it's a repellent for
Yeah, it'd be good to have
insects and ticks.
Garlic with a peppermint chaser. You know what I mean? Because
But yeah, garlic is, in my opinion on this list, that's the one I would be like, you need to grow some garlic.
okay.
And then chamomile, we've heard this for millions of uses, you know, relaxation, inflammation, hemorrhoids, sleep aid, fibromyalgia, travel sickness.
Fibromyalgia?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes.
Interesting.
Gas, insomnia, menstrual cramps, ADHD. I don't believe half of these.
Cancer,
But
AIDS,
By
Democrats.
The way, this cures everything. I don't know why you wouldn't grow it today. And then the last two, ginger and aloe vera. Ginger is really good for stomach issues. Tummy hurt.
put it right in your bubbly.
Eat some
Feel
ginger.
better.
And then you can add it to flavor things and drinks, and it also is an anti-inflammatory. It's good for arthritis. And then aloe vera is virtually the best plant on the entire earth, I think.
Seriously?
It's in shampoos, conditioners, it's in car waxes.
Lotions and creams?
Yeah. But this one, aloe vera grows really well indoors, outdoors.
My wife
outside.
killed an aloe vera plant just last week. Remember that
the freak's your
expensive one she
problem?
bought?
Yeah, that grows in that ball.
It died.
It did really?
Yeah. I thought you only had to, like,
I thought it absorbed
give water.
moisture out of the air.
I had to water it once every 3 years or
So
something.
my wife and plants. I just bought one today, and I was like,
This will die.
I'm like trying to figure out how to get a piece of hose out of my
Yeah.
sprinkler system to drip in there because I'm
Yeah.
like, it'll die.
It'll die.
It
Yep.
won't get watered. But yeah, aloe vera, ginger, and then German chamomile, which is apparently is a
German?
cancer cure.
It's just like
Garlic, peppermint, lavender, sage.
I like it.
Those are easy to find.
Yeah.
They're probably growing on your local mountain.
Ooh.
Find out where they are. And what
Put your
they
bug
look
out
like.
location near one of those.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I was, like bug out location, I always think of like Age of Empires.
Yeah,
You know, it's like,
yeah.
where can I plop down my civilization? There's gold over
I got
here.
gold, I got
silver,
wood.
stone, wood, berries, and turkeys.
Exact turkeys.
This is perfect.
I can
So-
build a wall all the way around it.
Yeah, play like Age of Empires.
Yeah.
Old
that's a good idea.
1990 game. You'll figure out where you want your location.
That was a good game. That was
was a
fun
good one.
times.
All right, that's all.
Well, children, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so
Discovered the
much.
cure of cancer today in an article.
Exactly. Grow your herbs and get your locations and start your
It's called herbs.
herbs and get your garden started in your El Caminos. And
Indeed.
we will see you next time. All right? See ya.